In other news, 1 month after the Bahamas Lead Institute was robbed, the president of the rehabilitation facility wound up face to face with an armed robber, this time outside of his home. April Sands reports.
President of the Lead Institute, Troy Clarke, lived out his worst nightmare Thursday night when he came face to face with a gunman outside his home. Clarke says his entire life flashed before his eyes when an armed robber approached him around 1 p.m. The incident comes just 1 month after the Lead Institute was robbed.
I was approached by a young man, unbeknown to myself, who pulled out a revolver and demanded cash from me. Frantically, I told him I have no monies. And he then replied to me that he's not going to hurt me. Instead of me standing up there waiting on any other altercation, I put up my hand and I started running, looking behind. And that's when he decided to walk away. After that, I contacted the police. They responded within 2 to 5 minutes. I took it upon myself to jump into my vehicle, and I say, you know what, if the police don't find, I'm going to see which area this guy goes into. I think, number one, I think it was the purpose of God, first and foremost. Secondly, it was timely when the individual answered at 919 and held me on the line to get the right description of the individual, and also was the information that I would have given the police and their quick response, because they didn't come in a patrol car, they came in their civilian car with 4 of them, and when they got there, you had other officers were there, and I think because of the purpose that I think I have in life, I think God had it in a way that, you know what, the police is gonna come in a timely manner.
And that he did. Clarke jumped into his car in hot pursuit of the robber. Fortunately, he says, within 30 minutes of the armed robbery, he saw officers arresting the man who had held him at gunpoint.
They responded within 5 minutes, and from that point, within 5 minutes, they responded to me, and I gave them all of the details, the location, and the clothing the individual was wearing. It was another 10 to 15 minutes when I came back through my corner. I noticed they had him in custody by the building next to us, and they asked me if this is the man, and I was able to identify the gentleman by voice and by the clothing that he was wearing.
Additionally, Clarke says the robber wore no mask, making the police investigation easier.
Because as a criminal justice consultant and working in the criminal justice field for more than 20 years, it is my passion, it's my life work to help the offender population reintegrate back into the society as law-abiding citizens. So crime is a very vital thing. It's intricate. It's intricate and it's woven through the fabric of our society. And the reason why I came out is because if we don't get a grip and a handle on crime, our economy will continue to slumber and slump. Tourist arrival will decrease, and we would not have what we want, a more peaceful and safe Bahamas. And I believe our future is bright. And I'm looking forward to a more safer and peaceful Bahamas, but that can only happen through persons like myself, communities, and governmental, church, religious organizations who can actually collaborate in helping with the rehabilitation of offenders, preventative care for the at-risk, and just helping on a holistic basis, because we realize that our problem that we have in this country is multifaceted.
Reporting for our news, I'm April Sands.